So our first stop is here at KITSILANO Beach, also known as Kits. This used to be a very hippish type of beach back in the day, but now no matter who you are, you can come out here and chill, relax. You can see the other side of Vancouver. The mountains are amazing. And also, one thing I really like about this area is this huge cargo ships right in the bay. So make sure you stop here at KITSILANO Beach. Let's go. So our next stop is at Stanley Park, one of the most iconic parks here in Vancouver, Canada. And what makes this place really cool is that it has a seawall here and you can ride your bikes and chill and relax by the... That Will, Edmond? Mike! Will. What's up, bro?
What a surprise!
Yo, this is Mike Downey.
You guys want to come for a ride along?
Man, let me hop on this bike, bro. My name is Will Edmond. I make adventure travel vlogs all around the world, and I'm so happy that Mike decided to come by and scoop me up.
I'm not just a bike chauffeur, I'm actually another travel vlogger myself, and you can check out my channel. There's so much more we need to show you right now in this video, so let's keep going.
Let's do this. Adventures of Will and Downey Live. The free things to do here in Vancouver, Canada. So while you're exploring here in Stanley Park, make sure you come and check out the First Nation totem poles here in Stanley Park as well. There's a lot of history. You can walk around in this area and there's placards that give you all the history and the story of each totem pole. How cool is that?
Stanley Park is great for seeing all sorts of wildlife, from seagulls to Canadian geese to eagles to seals. But right now we're actually watching a family of 3 otters in the water. Right there.
Riding a bike around Stanley Park is very enjoyable. Even though it's not free, I think that you should ride a bike whenever you're here. Because of the time of the day, we're here at the magnificent Sunset Beach. Look at this view. It's amazing, right? But we have so many more free things to do right here in Vancouver, Canada. Let's go. We're still in downtown Vancouver at Dr. Sun Yat-Sen Japanese Garden. Even though that we're downtown, it feels like a little oasis in the middle of Vancouver. This is another fun fact.
Now, normally insurance buildings are very boring, but this one happens to be the skinniest building in the world.
Up next is Gastown, the oldest part of downtown Vancouver, and many of these buildings have been transformed into modern restaurants, cafes, and living spaces.
So this is the iconic steam clock in Gastown. It operates 100% off steam from the sewer system, essentially, keeps it running, and every 15 minutes on the quarter hour, half hour, full hour, etc., it does this awesome steam show.
So we're here now at Olympic Village. You can actually take the same route that we took when we were going around in Stanley Park, and you arrive here in Olympic Village. One cool, or well, 2 cool things about this area is that the buildings behind us is where some of the Olympians stayed during the Olympics here in Vancouver. And then off to the right back here behind me is an area where you can get some really cool food. So I'm trying Japadog. I'm getting me a veggie, a Japanese style hot dog. And if you're hungry, it's a very reasonable place to eat. And it's a Japanese take on an American classic. So another cool thing to do is to make sure you come to Greenville Island. Greenville Island has the Greenville Market, which we're in right now. A free thing you can do is try all the samples they have on the weekends if you're here on a Saturday or a Sunday. And I have a bonus one for you. Rick,
My dad,
who has lived here for over 70 years, is going to take us to the Vancouver Maritime Museum.
This is a very amazing museum. The museum itself isn't free, but you can come outside and look at the stuff. It's all free. Inside has a ship called the St. Rock. The St. Rock was the first ship in Canada, in the world, to circumnavigate North America twice. It's an RCMP boat. In the 1950s, they put a captain on board and they said, we want to go through the Arctic. So he took it up into the Arctic. It took him 2 years to get through the Arctic. It's a spectacular museum of this beautiful old ship that couldn't be crushed by the ice.
So let's go inside and take a tour of the Maritime Museum. Hey y'all, so I have Duncan here. Duncan is a curator here at the Maritime Museum. So whenever you come here, look for this guy and he's gonna give us a tour, right?
Yeah.
A small tour. Let's go, Duncan.
All right. So we're standing in the St. Rock shelter. The St. Roch is this 104-foot ship in front of us, and it was built here in Vancouver in 1928. It's built for the Royal Canadian Mounted Police to work in the Arctic, of all places. It has a unique hull that is more rounded, so that when the ice presses against it on either side, it'll pop up out of the ice and not get crushed.
So in 1928, this is how it would look driving through the Arctic. If I was the captain of this ship, I would steer just like this. Oh, there's an iceberg! I couldn't imagine being out in a condition like this. So after leaving the Maritime Museum, you can walk about 400 to 500 feet, and then you'll be at Heritage Harbor. So one interesting thing about Heritage Harbor is that if you have a wooden boat, you can actually park it here on the shore for free. So let's go and look at some of these cool boats right here at Heritage Harbor. So while you're here at Heritage Harbor, if you look right in front of the boat, there's information that tells you when this boat set sail and also the year that it retired. So it gives you all the in-depth history of everything.
There's always lots of action here in Vancouver. There's bicycles, there's kayaks, there's canoes. You'll see cyclists going by. There's never a scenery that stops moving.
And our next free thing on the list is Chinatown, located here in downtown Vancouver. It is the second largest Chinatown outside of San Francisco. Another thing you can do when you're here in Vancouver is to check out some of the free art that's located right here in the city. And if you like the beach, all the beaches here in Vancouver are free. So come here, do some yoga, relax, catch a sunset or something like that, and enjoy your day. Before I show you the last thing in Vancouver, my name is Edmond. I make videos like this all around the world, so make sure you hit the subscribe button. And also, if you want a cheat sheet of all the cool things to do while you're here in Vancouver, make sure you click that link in my description. So let's go out and check out this last little mystery thing we're about to do here in Vancouver. This is a 9 o'clock cannon gun here in Stanley Park, and at 9 o'clock every night, it fires off just like this.